Last time on Springport by Night, Celeste helped broker the deal between the Lost Shadows and Forgotten Knights. This wasn't without cost, though. Aisha, the lieutenant of the Forgotten Knights, now knows her face, and Nora isn't happy about Celeste's use of magnetism to gain the knowledge of Myers Ghoul's fates from her. Alright, welcome back to Eulogy, Session 9. We got a lot of stuff finished up last week. I've changed my kit setup a little bit for my home game as well. And big news, a couple weeks back from when this video goes out, Eulogy 4th edition version 3 came out, and so I updated Celeste's character sheet and everything for that. So let's take a look at what's different. So complete redesign of the character sheet. Attributes got set up differently because Miracle M, the creator, changed the dice system. We're using D6 plus stat plus aspect versus 2d10s for all rolls. So it's back to being like the Ironsworn system it's based off of, which I kind of like because I think this is going to make going through stuff easier. I don't have to look up anything. I can just look at the dice. It'll work right out. All the dice get to be out and used. It'll be nice. So things open up. Possessions kind of shrunk down because, again, wants to focus on the specific things that matter or things tied to aspects. Conditions are set up differently. I like how they each have different things, and it gives you all that information right there on the sheet. That's very nice. If you notice, they've taken away the mask trait, and that is because, where is it? Where is it? They have changed the way that we do that. It is under standing, testing your standing. So whenever you break vampiric law, at the end of the night, you'll roll against for standing. So let's see. Roll charm, maintain your standing against authorities, and then it's based off of stylish, flat, or failure. What happens to you? You get caution, discredit, and branded, which are right. Branded, blighted. Cautioned. Yeah, caution, discredit. Huh. Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, these two should be flipped. Well, I guess they kind of sit there. Like, these also don't all fall in order anymore, as far as I know, the conditions. Experience is set up in little boxes. You can upgrade an aspect with 2 boxes, and you can buy a new one for 3. We gained a 3rd aspect, so you actually start with 6 aspects and associated abilities. For innate gifts, 3 for innate gifts, and then 3 for expertise, but I think you can take other stuff. What else? Let's see here. These are our abilities, and they're actually done completely differently. He also added in specific shorthand for each thing, where he listed out suggested shorthand, which I really appreciated and thought would be a really cool thing for more games to do. FYB means flow your blood, which means to spend a blood point and to do one of the general moves here, or if we go under blood, flow your blood. Yep, so it goes under that, and then this one, SAA, is secure and advantage, which is right here, and then FYB is, oh yeah, no, that's flow your blood. So yeah, so when doing these things, that's when you get to utilize it. And those are the roles associated. So for magnetism, to create a coolness aura, which basically allows you to keep the highest of 2 action dice in a friendly interaction. You flow your blood and you roll charm. And when that happens, what changes? So you activate it, you gain a rush. You activate it but lose a blood. The effect is acid, but at a cost, and you lose 1 blood and pick one of these. So you always activate it, but you get different chances on what it does to you or how you utilize it, which is pretty cool. You can also use it to appear alive or be awake during the day. And then your expertises just give you a bonus to what you're doing with. Like, you know, so I added larceny because I figured Celeste knows how to pick locks. Investigation, socializing, she got from her mortal life. Larceny, she picked up as a vampire. So that just gives her a little more versatility when we go through places. As well as the fact as we upgrade these, each one can, be upgraded 4 times for different effects and gain different abilities. I will be doing that probably off camera as I have to use the PDF, and I mostly use my phone for that stuff, which is what I'm using to record. But next we have connections, and I increased the connection sheet, so we got more connections because we got all these as connections. And the reason some of these are connections instead of adversaries like they were before is because I felt that fit better. Lila, we're trying to kind of get around. She's kind of a rival who doesn't like us, but like we've worked with her and we're not trying to actively kill her. And what's a game of vampire without some frenemies? And then Queen Malia, because she blood bonded us and bloodied us, mechanics wise, that actually creates a no rank connection. So that's a rules thing. And then missions. These are all new. Like I printed these off new. So there's that. And then adversaries and loose ends I have set up as questions because they're supposed to be set up as questions. I'm just not always super great at that. But they're just, the loose ends of whatever that is. And what else? City. Redid that. Just put that over. It's a little clearer, a little cleaner. There were new charts that I'm very excited about. They were phenomenal charts. Let's see here. So the reference book has all the charts now. There's nothing that's just in the book. Action, description, theme, character, names, first look, character goal, initial disposition, revealed, discovered characteristic, mortal occupation, relationships, connection, expertise, vampiric powers, a little bit more spelled out with all that stuff. Vampiric mystery, which is like magic stuff, and then expertise and edges. Turning, so this is like character creation stuff. Witch schools, much more explained. Locations, place quirk, district type for when making districts. This here is the faction segment for values and names, which I use to translate everything out. So all of the factions have new things: secrecy, information, beauty, power, autonomy, mysticism, obedience, beauty, intelligence, status, and obedience, information. And that's all coming from this. Now, I could have gone through and done the names, but I already made a sheet of names and stuff, so I'm going to use that. If I do another playthrough in the future of this with a different character, then I will probably use that for that. And then let's see, reformatting of the story and rumors a little bit, ambience, clubs, abandoned places, ordinary homes, sumptuous places. Ooh, quick victims between streets and nightlife. That's a pretty cool one. Just like, stuff going on, things out there and the situation, and just if you're out hunting, you can roll for quick victims, which I kind of like. And going forward, I'm going to try and do feeding scenes kind of like that, because I want to make use of that chart because it's a good one. Objects, weapons, just for whatever they may be, if you need to think about it. Mortal personary treasures for that gut punch, and then alternative rules if you want to use these. You don't have to, but you can. And that in the core book, like the actual rule book. There were other things for when you make the city, where it's got charts for highlights and ugly side, which I utilized to do this. So we've got a 24-hour culture with vibrant nightlife, but the ugly side, what drives people out of here is the fact that there are, so many gangs. So that helps explain why there's so many vampire factions, the fact that we have Anthony and his crew on our side, and all of that. So we have all this stuff set up. Another detail I made was the only ones that have like actual titles for the leader are the factions that care about obedience, because obedience is about hierarchy. So that's why Daughters of Blood has Natalie the Sanguine, and Forgotten Knights has Queen Malena, because she rules the city, she controls them, and they care a lot about that. While everyone else, that's just who's in charge right now. That's the person everyone's kind of agreed to listen to. Or, with the way vampires are, probably their progenitors. There were a few changes to the truth sheet. I think the main one is population and political landscape. Everything else I think is about the same. Political land, it's marked by conflict, and then there's many vampires among the mortals. So like it's a whole thing. So there's that. And so that is the updates. And right now, as it stands, we're pretty burnt out from like a whole thing. We had a whole thing happen. We're low on blood. So I think we're going to pick up. It's going to be another night. So we're actually down one more blood for waking up. Or let's check Flow Your Blood. Flow Your Blood. Flow Your Blood. Da, 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 da. Pairing life slumber when the sun rises. You slip into deep sleep, lose one blood, can't be regained, and gain one rush. Ooh, okay, so we gain a rush for sleeping. I didn't know that. Oh, let me just open this fucking thing up a little bit. There we go. Cool. So that goes up. And we're going to go out and we're going to hunt. Oh, here's that. The rules. So that'll be pretty useful. And let's see. Compel hunt. And I think we're going to go to a nightclub. And we're going to roll a charm, because we're going to be seductive manipulative, and we will see how that goes. Let me get +2 to this roll. Oh, that's the wrong dice. I'm so smart. I grabbed the weather die. All right, 6. A 6 versus a 9 and a 2, but I get +2 for charm, and then if we use socialize, that's another 3. So that brings me up to a 9, and that... Oh, no, that was on a 9. I know that was on a 9. And ties go to the challenge dice, if I remember correctly. Results for the rapture die. Must be greater, not equal. Yeah, so ties go to the challenge dice. So we got a flat success. It takes a while. So we get to feed, but we gain no rush. That's fine. So let's use that fun chart. So Celeste out on the night. Let's see, 4. Someone lonely. 6. Wouldn't stop. Oh, perfect. So someone's lonely and they wouldn't stop looking at us. So Celeste, using her skillful socializing, probably just an introvert person at the bar that doesn't know how to make a move, and she just spends time talking to her. That's all right. Yep, it's a lady now. It's a lady now. So we're gonna roll for feed. Hunt or subdued. We roll soul to stop on time. So we roll against soul. And let's go. So soul is +2. Oh. Oh, that's not good. That's an 8 versus a 9 and 10. What happens when we fail? Oh, okay. If not starving, treat as a flat success. Otherwise, they don't resist. Restore all blood. Unmarked starving. Try your conscience at the end of the scene. If instead you're feeding from preserved blood, one less blood. Okay, so wait. Okay, yeah. Treat as flat success. So we lose a rush, but we gain 3 blood. Okay. Whew. I thought we were totally gonna murk someone. We like first event, we gotta clean up a corpse. But luckily, no. Okay. So we're feeling a bit better now. And we probably just kind of vaguely leave her slumped in the corner of a nightclub, as is vampiric abilities. But you know what? I think Celeste walks over to like the bartender or a bouncer and kind of goes, "Hey, I don't know what's going on with that girl. Something seems wrong with her. Maybe check her out." And then dips out when no one's looking. You know. And so with that, Celeste is back up and going, feeling good, feeling full, and we have a list of things that we need to take care of because while we have loose ends, of Nora being pissed at us and taking revenge, and Aisha interested in us. Those are not pressing concerns at the moment. So, right now, we have 3 big things that matter. We need to have tighter control on Anthony and crew because going forward, the fact that we let them know about vampires to the extent that we have is going to cause problems with authority, most likely. Next, we are actively encroaching on the daughters. What? Daughters of Sun? I don't remember all the faction names. I'm only, you know, a professional YouTuber. The Daughters of Sun, yes. Why is there a T there? Why did I put a T there? I probably thought it was Daughters of the Sun, but it's daughter. Oh, it probably is Daughters of the Sun. I'll fix that later. Professionalism. But yeah, so we're currently encroaching on their territory in South Hill with our safe house, which is our haven, which is not illegal. It's not against the rules, but Lila's probably not going to be too happy with us encroaching, and their leader Leela is probably definitely not going to be too happy with us encroaching. So so uh, so for this one, we either need to make new territory, or ally with them, with Daughters of Sun. And then we also need to gain new territory, which is probably gonna go directly into making new territory. So these two are kind of interconnected, and this one is probably gonna be our top one. So, first steps first. I think after we go out and feed, we're gonna cruise back to the sort of gas station. I think over the course of the past couple weeks or everything, we've fixed up the inside, like Anthony's crew has, where they've like basically gotten it set up in a way. Need some water. Oh, so yeah, they've basically gotten it set up in a way so that way it's actually a place where they can hang out, they can do stuff. They've probably got their little whatever they are doing black market technology or whatever. Um, and I think at this point, as we go in, actually, I think Anthony has like some katanas he ordered in the mail on him. I think he's actually like dual wielding katanas and practicing in the storefront because his logic is saying guns don't affect vampires, so I'm learning the way of the sword, and he's gotten super edgy into it. Um, and That's what I imagine him doing, and I think as we walk in, we're gonna flow our blood, so we lose a blood, right? Let's double check the rules. Lose blood as prompted and roll with a prompted attribute. Okay, so yeah, we got to roll first because we might not. So we roll charm. We roll charm. That's a 1 and a 5 versus a 5 plus 2. And I think our socialization kind of gets added to that as well. Though I don't know if we actually add. No, we just roll with the prompted attribute. But anyway, we get +2, so that's a 7, so it works. Ooh, we don't lose a blood. Isn't that nice? And then since we're using one of our aspects, we get a +1 rush. And we create this aura of coolness, and we actually get to use a second die for the rest of this scene. So let's see here. And then we get a +1 because we're socializing. We're creating rapport, I think, in this. Well, we already have rapport actually, and we don't need to fit into the social. So yeah, we just get that die. And as long as we're polite, we'll be good. Or as long as we're not rude. So I think we're gonna try and convince them that Diane, Victor, and Levy should also drink our blood and be bloodied by us. And the reason for that is because I think in doing so, I want to persuade it as a way of, I need to lean on you all. I need you like strong and under my control. And if they're bloodied by use further social interactions, I get to actually pick a die anyway. I get this effect on top of it. It's actually kind of cool. I need more d6s because if that stacks, but so we'll roll to see if we convince them now. Oh yeah, we whammy them because we are the coolest girl in the world. We are a fucking vampire, and yeah, we're gonna bloody you. But I feel like that should come at a cost. I think it's gonna like bloodying 3 people and Anthony again just because he doesn't feel left out. That's going to do that. So little boxes, and we're gonna just do that. Yeah, we'll give them the 3. And we'll just know that that represents those because I want to kind of treat these as one connection overall. And I think even with Anthony, that's going to give us another couple here. You know, that pleading that like, hey, we need to rely on you guys, and I need to have you get like further under our thumb in a way. And so because of that, I feel like that kind of does it now, but I think they're going to have something that they ask of us in this. Also, I'm going to just write down here dual katanas. And Anthony is clearly becoming sort of war ghoul in a way. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. There are upgrades you can give connections that actually make them even more useful on missions with you, which is great. We'll actually go over to connections right now and take a look. Oh, Gangster is like rank 2, so that works out pretty well. Oh yeah, they also added ghosts. They added ghosts, so you can have connections with ghosts now, if you want to play a more like, I don't know, wraith inspired game. But what Below connections are aspects that can be upgraded with XP. Making progress, committing mission service. Helping desperate circumstances, sharing profound, meaningful moment together, standing over them through hardship, overcoming a test of friendship. Sealed, gain 2 rush. Testing, bloodying. Oh yeah, I gotta test my conscience for this. So we will do that. That rolls what? Like progress. Test your conscience for this act. Yeah, we'll deal with that later, I guess. They do create a pulse mirror for their sheet. Their standard maximum pulse 2 is 1 conscious takes damage. Yeah. So cool. So I think they have a problem going on. So let's see what that problem is. Let's story, clue, combat action, rumor. Let's roll up who's involved. 83. A lackey, and then 56 for what's going on. Oh, sorry, 65. Okay, so I think Anthony. So I would be inclined to think that this is Anthony seeking, wants to know more. Ooh, maybe there's like a book that he wants to steal. Yeah. Anthony wants to steal a rare book from a collector. Because it's like a grimoire. He thinks it's magic. And I think that if we agree to this, we can get them further under our control. So I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. Let's look at making a mission. Because we need something else out here. Let's see. Missions. Ordinary but somewhat challenging mission to manage. Yeah, I think equal to his rank is fine. Rank 2. Anthony. Let's see. Yeah. Steal the Codex. I don't know. What's a magic-y sounding word? Oh. Oh, we'll use the naming chart. Let's use that. 24. Oh, hey, they got kindred. That's fun. Yeah. Codex. Myrna. Held in the collection of 50/50 vampire mortal. 53, so that's a mortal. All right, Well, that's good. Don't want it to be vampire, because that would be super bad. Odds, female, male, evens. That's odds, 49. A Julia. Julia, 13. Julia Andrews. Julia Andrews. Mortal occupation. Let's roll, and then if I don't like it, I'll just pick a good one. 46. A lawyer. So high level lawyer. And oh, let's figure out where she lives, huh? 8. I don't have a D8 on the table anymore. Well, that's not a good idea, Connor. You should keep an D8 around. What's wrong with you? This is the one of the dice sets I really like. I guess I need that one. That's fine. I had extra room in the dice scroll. Which, if you like the dice scroll, I recommend you get one that uses magnets. Not one that uses snaps. Trust me. The snaps degrade over time. 3. Baytown. That makes sense. Home in Baytown. Okay, so I think with that, we agreed to do this. So does that give us a bonus, or is it completing quests? Committing to a mission in their... Oh, okay. Committing to a mission in their service gives us that. Cool. So that's what we're going to count that to as. I feel better about that. So yeah, so I guess supposedly this Codex Meridian is some kind of vaguely magical thing, and with that, I think Celeste takes her pocket money out of their revenue for the night, and we're sort of just we're happier with the level of control we have over them. If we can get them to sealed and then just it's like rock solid, then that'll be pretty good. And I'm actually going to change this to and crew. And crew. We're gonna treat this like one connection overall. I have a connection to these people with this, mostly because I don't want to track. I don't want to track 4 separate connections for effectively are going to be cannon fodder if I need them. Like we are going to go pick up Eddie as our personal crime lackey. So we have Eddie's pulse tracker up here, and he's a friend, because it'll feel better about us. And now we have to test conscience. So where's that? Conscience. Testing your conscience. At the end of a scene where you take a life or blow your connection, roll with soul to determine how your conscience reacts. If you kill in self-defense or to protect someone else, no other option remaining. Treat failure as a flat success. So we definitely didn't have to do this. We chose to do this. So let's hope we get something good. Oh, okay, so we get a flat success because I've got 2 in soul, so that's an 8, but that's a 9. And we got a 4. Much faster. I already preferring how these rolls work. You push through. That's above, but weird feeling, but a weird healing feeling hits you. So okay. So we get a rush, but we feel weird about it. It's like, this feels weird. I feel kind of weird. So that's good. And then, yeah. So I guess we've sworn a mission, and we I think Celeste pulls up to Eddie's place and is just like, "Do you want to go commit crime?" And Eddie's got bloody by his end, has a sealed connection, so I don't think he even argues, and just kind of grabs it. Oh, let's see what the weather is. It's cold. It's a cold summer night, which is pretty similar to what's been going on lately. It's where I live, it's been like 90s and then drops 20 degrees at night. Like, it just feels cold. So we grab Eddie, and so we're gonna do that, and then, what do we do? What do we do? Yeah, I guess we go and we're gonna commit a robbery. We're gonna go try and break into a house, which should be easy because I've got a bunch of shit that makes me invisible and shit. Oh well, no, right? Veil makes me unnoticed in crowds. Oh, okay. So let's see. She's in Baytown. So Baytown's more of docks and shipping. So there's probably like a weird like yuppie high rise out there. So we're gonna go. So we gotta figure out how to get up there. So I think we're gonna leave Eddie outside to basically watch the car because that's what he's good at right now because he doesn't have anything else. And we're gonna go and we're gonna what do we do? I think we're gonna use our socialize to convince someone to let us in to the building. So we'll start with that, and we'll roll a compel. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Doubles a 6 that gets +2 charm. So what do doubles give us? Do, 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 do. Here we go. Matches. Stylish success. Twist. Ooh, we roll a d10. 6. Discover a curious place. What does that mean? Whenever you make an action roll and both same number, it's a match. You get a match, something special happens in the story. Your aspect ability presents a prompt for a match in the specific context. You may follow it for more than one prompt applies, then you may follow for any or multiple as long as you make a narrative scene. Otherwise, in addition to your rolls, you're met with a surprise. If you scored a stylish success, as match is neutral? Oh, okay, neutral. So we have found a curious place. Place. Ooh, maybe, you know, I know it's Baytown, and that is the domain of the Lost Shadows. But maybe we found. Oh, yeah, I got it. We talk to someone going, and they go, oh, they think we're part. So we've basically found one of their safe houses. Am I out of lead? Nope. There it goes. So we have found, like, basically, which makes sense. We're in their territory. It's logistics. We're at a high rise. So we discover a curious place. Lost Shadows safe house. I know I'm writing it in multiple places, but I want to be able to find all my notes. So now we know where one of their safe houses is, and I think we can just kind of get in, and then we just take the elevator up to whatever floor it will take us. Definitely not the penthouse. You normally need, like, as far as I know, something special to get up to the penthouse. So I think we do that, and then we go to the fire escape. And I think we're going to secure an advantage and utilize our shadow powers to block cameras with darkness as we go. To, like, actually not block cameras. That's too suspicious. Shadow our face. So this is mind, secure an advantage. And that is a 9 versus a 6 and a 2. So that is a success, right? And secure an advantage. Leverage situation, stylish success. Achieve what you want. Pick one below. You are adding export ally. Gain. All right, so we're gonna gain a rush and +1 to our next action, which is gonna be to pick the door to get into the penthouse, basically, and deal with the security system. So we get a +1 to dealing with that stuff because of larceny. What would this be? Like, manipulation, physical coordination, strength. I guess mind, intelligence, sharpness, concentration. Yeah, we'll go with mind for picking locks. So I get, I get +5 for this. Oof. Oh. 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 Okay. Despite all my bonuses, I'm still just a rat in a cage. So we have failed, and we have a double. And failure, and your action is higher than. Oh, is it higher than our? No, it's not. Good, because then you get an impulse thing. 3. Enemy reveals unexpected skills or influence. Enemy reveal. So we're not fighting anyone. Oh, I think I know what happens. I think. What's her name? We wrote it down in the missions. Here it is. I think Julia Andrews is home. I think we did not handle this very smartly, and she's home, and she opens the door because she heard us fiddling with it, and has a gun pointed at us. And I think she points the gun at us, and we're gonna get a look at her, and we're gonna get a first look. 71. She's poised, so she's very, very confident, very, very good. Initial disposition. No, she's not. I think she's annoyed. And let's get a description. 96. Nope. Okay, so she's poised, so she's, like, in control. I think she's in, like, probably like a robe, like a silk robe, and I would say, she's probably a partner, maybe even a named partner, and, like, of her law firm. And so I think she has, like, dyed hair, but she keeps a little bit of gray in. That distinguished, confident, I'm old and I know what I'm doing sort of look. And she points a gun and goes, "What are you doing?" And I think we're going to take the very, very bold thing of we are going to attempt to flow our blood with charm. And let's see here. We're going to flow our blood. So let's give that a go. Cool, cool, cool. Cool. So that's a 3, and that's a double fail. Failure. High cost, lose 1 blood and pick 1. Cool. So we lose a blood. And I think it's just going to take a toll on our body. We're pushing ourselves, so we're going to lose a health. All right, and I think we are, so with that, we are now super cool. Super cool. And, ooh, I don't think socialization can work because this is not a normal socializing moment. So I think we're just going to try an outright lie, but we get that second die. And we didn't need it for right now, but our lie works. And I think we're going with like appeal. And I think the lie is that we were sent as a present by one of the partners. And I think her reaction is, oh, was it? I'm just gonna roll a name. 1 or 10. I think she says like something along the lines of, I'm already that brown noser. Did he pay you to come up here? And so he paid you enough to break in here as well? Like, and I think, Celeste was like, well, he wanted to be a surprise when you got home. I think he told me you'd be working late and you'd be back in another couple hours and everything. And like, not only are we lucky that she's attracted to women, we are also lucky in the fact that there's someone convenient to blame for us being here. And I think that's going to work. And we are also going to feed. We're going to take this as an excuse to feed. And we're going to roll with we're going to do another roll with charm, but we get a bonus. And we succeed because that's an 8. So we get a full. We get stylish success, so we gain 3 blood. So we at least get our blood back. And I think with that, we also basically put her to sleep as we have some classic vampire feeding / sex attempts, because that's how it rolls. Sometimes that's just how it rolls, and that is the easiest way to get out of most things, apparently, as I've decided. Maybe I've watched too much stuff about Vampire the Masquerade, or not enough. Who knows? Or like Celeste is not muscling her way out of anything. It's emotional manipulation and seduction all the way for her. And with that, I think we're then going to look for the book. So we're going to do an investigation to find it. So that we get a +1, and that's mind. Wow. Okay, cool. So we just don't find it. It's not shit. It's just not there. What do we do? See. Oh, I didn't really. Okay, so basic actions you gain a rush. Hmm. Yeah, 3 + 4. Yeah, it's 7. That's flat. That's a failure. Um, Ooh, okay. Let's see. Your assumptions were wrong. A brief triumph costs too much, or you simply fail. The situation worsens. Pay the price and gain no benefit. Okay. Pay the price. 29. Consequences of an earlier choice. Roll again or pick another. Okay. Um, I think we just feel guilty about everything going on. Like, not only did we, then we're now here. We've drunk from this woman, and we can't even find the book. But does she have a safe? She probably has a safe. That's likely. Yeah, she has a safe. So it's probably in the safe. If we can't find it just in the books, because if you have a rare book, you're gonna keep it in a safe. You're not gonna keep it on your bookshelf. So let's roll to break into the safe. Okay, so that's 7, so that's a flat success. Uh, we get the safe open. We get the safe open, and then I think the simple answer is the safe isn't wired, but the book ends up being wired. So an alarm starts going off as we take the book, and then we book it. Or we take the book, we quickly try and replace it with another book, but the alarm still kind of goes off, and now we're gonna try and book it out and get out and escape. So we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll body to basically try and get out of the building. And I think on our way out, we're also gonna try. So first, as we're running out of the building, we're gonna try and secure an advantage by pulling the fire alarm and forcing everyone out into the street. So secure an advantage. I guess it's intellect, so mind. So we get a flat success. I can gain 2 rush, which I'll take. And then, oh, you know what? You know what I didn't do when I fed from her? I didn't roll soul. Just gonna do that real quick. Yeah, we got. Yeah, we failed, but it doesn't really matter because we weren't starving, so we're fine. So anyway, so we've secured an advantage. We're taking 2 rush, but we also pay the price. 64. Harmed, lose health. Okay, so we're gonna lose a point of health because I think with this whole thing, we've exerted a lot, and I think she actually like gets up and probably shoots us as we're trying to leave. So we actively like get shot, and like the only reason it's not worse is because she's you know been drunk from. So now we're gonna try and get away, and this is gonna be I'm gonna call this a body, but we've secured an advantage. So at least I can replace my action die with a 5 if I have to. And that is exactly what we're going to. Well, actually, if I do that, we are just okay. We are just okay. Flats can go you want, but it's high cost and moderate cost. It's so yeah, we're gonna take a rush and we're gonna just get in the car and get out of here. And we're gonna go back to Eddie's place for the night. Um, and with this, I should have been marking things on this. So, getting in, seducing her, getting the book, getting out. And then, ooh, completing missions has probably changed, hasn't it? All right, so roll dice versus that. Flat success. Gain experience according to the mission rank. As above, but there's more to be done. True nature of the mission is now revealed. If you commit to a new mission, set things right, take the full reward, otherwise reduce it by 1. What more could there be? Oh, this is only half the grimoire. So we'll just call that complete. And then we're gonna have to swear another mission, rank 2. Get the other half. So we gotta figure out where the other half is to begin with. But we did that, so we gain what? Mini mission. Experience. Where's experience? Experience, rank 2. We gained 2. Yay! 1, 2. So we did that, and we'll bring, like, we'll go, we'll lay it, we'll go. I'll drop off Eddie, who was there for moral support. Though I think we have created a loose end. Was I caught on film? During the book heist, and then we're gonna crash at Eddie's, and I think we also have to test what's the thingy? Blood standing. We have to test our standing because I think we've sort of caused too much of an uproar, and we need to check to make sure we don't piss off Los Angeles, because we just pissed them off, and they're like pissed off a bunch of shit in their own territory. So roll charm to maintain your standing among authority. Actions that trigger this roll may include breaking law, customs, overruling authority, showing defiance or other superior, exposing vampire secrets to outsiders, leaving a witness or unfinished business that could expose the community, failing or refusing a duty assigned by vampire authority, and acting against the interests of a faction that holds power over you. So we roll charm. We got a bunch of 2s, but charm is +2, so we get a stylish success. They're gonna let slide. Next night it's like nothing happens, gain 1 rush. So I'm gonna say they're annoyed, but like nothing happens of it. Cool. Cool. We gotta be careful. Also, that's not a D10. Cool. So yeah. So there's that. And then so we got one of the books. Now I need to get him the next book. And yeah, we're gonna just crash at Eddie's, and we're gonna sleep. So what does sleeping do? Test standing instead of staying awake through the day. Also a lingering question loose end. Where's healing? Standing, missions, connections, combat, winning, losing. Health. Any wounded you can safely regenerating. Roll body. If not wounded, treat failure as flat success. Oh, okay. So yeah, we're just gonna do that. We're gonna roll body, and it's a 7 versus 2 6s. So we get a stylish success. We gain 3 health. Yay, 3 health. So we gain up some health. We don't lose any more blood. Our meat bag's better now. And then finding moment. Peace roll with my social soul. And then yeah, we're just gonna hang out with Eddie for the rest of the night, so we can respite with him, hang out with him, take a break, find a moment of peace, and we will roll with Soul. And then, do we get a bonus for? No, it's only to interact. Yeah, we don't get a extra bonus for the roll. That's cocked. And Soul's 2. Oh, so we got a failure. Yay, it's flat success. But choose one, lose 1 rush, or gain 1 less clarity. So, recognition. Gain 2, also lose 1 rush. So I can lose an extra rush or gain. So I can only gain. I think we're going to lose a rush. We're going to lose 2 rush and gain 2 clarity. We're going to just trade rush for clarity and get that back up there. We feel better. We've taken it easy tonight, and we feel better. We committed some light burglary and seduction, as you do, as anyone would when committing burglary. Very normal. And yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. And everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful night.